Uninfluenced. This is episode 69. I'm just kidding, it's not. But we're here. You fuckers are here. Shit, that was way too soon. Beep.
Just put the intro music twice.
Yeah, just roll it twice. Which one? Oh, it was the Ferrari one that we're fucking. Our monetization is fucked up in that one. I think we made 58 cents on it.
That much?
Yeah. Because I think in the first 20 seconds the F words dropped and all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Our intro is conveniently like 29 seconds, so anything after that we're fine. But
Yeah. I don't think we used the intro in that one, did we?
no,
That's why.
just cut straight to the goods.
Thanks, Zach.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, all right.
Now we can't afford to pay you.
Damn it, again?
I do want to congratulate Mr. Ritland here on 100,000 fucking subscribers on Mic Drop.
It's crazy. All those bots working hard out of Thailand.
Yeah. That's got to be expensive to keep them from dropping all the time.
Fucking crazy money.
Yeah, that's a huge congratulations. A lot of the people are rolling over to us, finding us from Mic Drop, which is really cool.
Yeah.
What's funny is they'll be like, hey, can you ask Mike about this? We got one guy who's training his dog. He just got a rescue, and now he's 2 months in or something, 2 weeks in training, something like that. Maybe it was 2 days. I can't remember. I wrote it down, took a picture, but I don't pay attention. You know how that shit is. But it's just cool to see people intermingling with it.
For sure.
Yeah, so that's real cool. And then, hell, I want to talk about the Patreons Day towards the end. We got a lot of new Patreons off that, and which is cool. So that's something we're going to do. I think we gained 8 or 10 off of that. And stupid fucking banker. Yeah, so that's cool. So the Patreons Day is going to come up, and I got some questions from all of the new Patreons and shit like that. So we'll ask those later on.
Sweet.
So thanks all you new mofos. And if you don't know about it, when we hit 100 Patreons, we're going to do a Patreons Day. And then we may allow so many of you other guys to come down and hang out and do other things. We haven't planned anything yet. That's the beauty of being a dude. We don't plan shit.
Fly by the seat of our pants every fucking time.
Yeah, I mean, hell, they could show up here and we just watch TV
Yeah. I mean,
and send them home after 8 hours.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks for playing.
Yeah, thanks, bitch. Yeah, so that should be cool. We'll come up with something pretty neat to do with that. But other than that, guys are starting to ask, and they get Mic Drop shirts or Team Pet shirts, and then we sign them. Like, I don't know how that would work because those are shipped outsourced from another place. So if you want to pay double shipping, we can make that work. Basically, you got to ship them to us, and then we have to do that and ship them to you.
Yeah, I mean, I can try to come up with an option where
we get stamps and we send them
where we have our signatures forged for you guys.
Yeah,
and then ship them out. No, maybe an option where you can buy them on the site, where it's a different price to accommodate for the extra shipping and signing and all that. I'll see what the fulfillment team can come up with on that.
Yeah. Mike has a very good product. You've noticed over the last 3 shows, I've been wearing the hell out of them. I like the shit out of these shirts. They're comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, the company that's making our stuff now is really fucking good. I'm real happy with it.
Yeah, they're not, usually you got to order bigger if you want long. I mean, they're true to size, fit real good quality. So
can wash them more than twice.
Yeah, the shit don't fade out. They still look new. So that's good. Yeah. And people ask why we don't have our own merch yet, and that's why, because it sucks to sell someone something that sucks.
Yeah.
Zach showing up to his first meet Saturday.
Late as fuck. But with coffee.
Yeah.
So it's a wash.
Yeah.
What did you think, Zach?
It was a good time. I wish I'd shown up earlier. The reason I didn't show up on time is one, because
I was late.
It was Saturday morning and I'm in my 20s, so showing up at all was impressive. Two,
that ain't no excuse.
I don't ever show up to a party right when it starts, but I did look up a quick how to go to a car meet before the whole thing happened.
You didn't,
because I have no fucking idea. Yeah. And I was too chicken to text you guys and be like, "Hey guys, what's car meet etiquette?" I don't actually know.
There isn't any. You just show the
Well, I didn't know what the deal was with taking photos of people's cars and shit. If they're weird about it, if they're cool about it, you got to ask first.
I kind of want to see this how to fucking go to a car meet thing.
Yeah, did you watch it?
It's pretty fucking sad. It was an article. It was
did it say?
10 do's and 10 don'ts. Do take pictures of people's cars. Jesus. Like take pictures and videos. Don't fucking touch people's cars. Shit like that.
Yeah.
You know?
So common.
So,
sense.
common
Like
sense.
the common stuff. But the last time I've been to a car meet was down in Houston. I was telling you guys this. And it was like 15 cars. And that's it. It was the saddest shit I've ever seen. It was like in a pharmacy parking lot. I get out here. There were like 100 cars. There were so many people.
like-
I couldn't find a place to
400,
fucking park.
400,
It was
yeah.
insanity. Yeah. So I underplayed it. All right. I underplayed my hand a little bit. I thought it was going to be smaller than it was.
That's what she said.
You guys, thank you. You guys were 100% on the money. That thing was really cool. I need to come out to another one.
Well, good.
Yeah.
And the thing, if someone ever gets pissed at you taking a picture or video of their car,
No.
you're in a public fucking place.
You're in the wrong place. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't imagine there's anybody there that would have that stance. You
Yeah.
know, that would be like, no, I don't want you taking pictures. Like that's the whole point of it.
Yeah, I'd tell someone to fuck off if I had a camera. Never doing that shit.
Matt would be the guy that's like, don't take a picture of my fucking car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told the Ferrari dude last time. Were you there when I told him? No, it was the South Lake deal. He's down there looking at the new wheels, touching them and shit. I said, "Don't touch my fucking wheels, Reed." My bad, man. I was just kidding. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. No, but it's really cool. I was surprised at how open like people are, like having their cars and open hoods up and shit.
Yeah.
And people were like poking their heads and stuff. I was standing a few feet away. I didn't want to get too cozy, but like, man, the people are really cool about it.
Yeah. I mean, to me, there's definitely a happy medium of like, yeah, don't touch shit.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
just don't touch shit. You know, to me, like as long as like I don't care how close you get, just don't fucking finger fuck the car. You know, to me that should be common sense. Like look, but don't touch. It's like titties and ass. You know,
Yeah.
that aren't yours. You know, but was there any element that of the show in general that surprised you that you weren't expecting?
Yeah, so I was surprised to see just like the broad range of cars available, along with how many were there. I mean, they had bikes too. Like they had everything, man. They had big trucks that were jacked up. They had little sports cars that were fast, retro cars. They had bikes. It was nuts.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe just how much was there.
Yeah, that's cool.
And also how internet friendly it was. I felt like every car had somebody's Instagram on the bumper sticker, and there were kids walking around talking about YouTube channels. Like it was impressive.
To me, I think that's cool. I would never do it for me personally. It's like the way that I drive, the last thing I want is somebody to be able to look at my car and know
identify you.
who I am.
Yeah.
You know, like it's bad enough having a fucking license plate that I have to make a fake one of when I'm out driving around. Yeah, like I wouldn't want to drive around and people be like, oh, let me look him up on Instagram real quick. For me, I wouldn't want that, but I'm glad people do, because I'll admit, like there's been a number of times driving around, I'll see somebody's, I'll look it up and be like, oh, it's a fucking GT 500 with, you know, this, and this on it. That's cool. You know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
It's really neat to be out there and see some of the things. We've talked about adding ours, and then we both came to that conclusion. Yeah, we drive too fucking stupid to have an Instagram or a Facebook page on our shit or YouTube. That just wouldn't be good for us.
Yeah.
no.
But so you gonna come to more?
Yeah, I need to come out to another one, I think.
Yeah.
I probably need to bring the wife to one. She actually wanted to come to this one, and I was like, I don't know. You know, I'm looking up the do's and don'ts here. What the fuck do I know about
He's like,
coming to a car
I don't
show?
want her around Mike and Matt at all.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Well,
That's all right,
that is also 100% true, fellas. That's what I didn't have the
Just
heart
bring
to
your
tell you,
sister
but-
instead. It's fine.
Well, I got out there, and you guys got gals around. It was a good time. It was a family event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I brought my wife and dog, and
Yeah,
you
it's
brought
fine as fuck.
the coolest kid ever that likes to just mean mug me every time she's there. There's no way in hell you could deny her.
No, I know.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
I mean, she has different looks, but when she looks at you, you're like, fuck, that's Mike's kid. She mean mugs the fuck out of you.
That evil eye down. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's got practice.
Yeah.
I wonder where that comes from.
I like the way she sly talk shit to you, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's a trip.
Yeah.
Both of yours are good kids. I mean, they both talk shit, and you're like, what the fuck did you just say to me? I mean, in a polite way, like, sir, you're a piece of shit.
No, I'd rather they push the envelope than be mousy and fucking timid and meek and all that shit. But
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want your kid to be scared to do certain things around. Yeah, if they're doing some bad shit.
I'd rather have to sit them down and be like, this is why you shouldn't have done what you've done, than to be like, hey, you need to get the fuck out there and meet people. I'd much rather have trying to put brakes on them than trying to build engine.
Oh yeah, for sure.
How about that for a fucking analogy, Zach?
That's a great fucking analogy, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking on point. That's some good shit. So I got a little story. Zach, you want to touch any more on the meat?
No touching on meat over here.
You don't want to touch our meat?
Not today.
You don't want to touch on the meat?
Yeah.
All right.
I have a little story. So yesterday, this wasn't even in my show notes. So before I forget, I'm going to bring it up. It's a little bit car related. Well, it's fully car related. I'm leaving In-N-Out. My wife's going on a diet. So her thing was she's eating whatever she wants from yesterday. You know, the standard American way to do a diet. You plan it.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to start, but right now I'm going to fuck some shit up.
Yeah, you're going to gain 10 pounds from this point to your diet.
Yeah.
And then you're going to bitch that you only lost 8 pounds and you gained 2 extra pounds. So I go get her In-N-Out, and I'm heading home, and I go that back road down Horizon and all that shit. And there's this asshole going straight, and I'm going to the turn lane. And he's got 2 cars between him. He's on his phone. And he finally scoots up, and I have enough to get between him. So I get between him, and I look in my side mirror, and this motherfucker swerves over towards the Audi. And then apparently the Audi touched his car, but he swerved over. And he cuts off the car behind him to get behind me, honking his horn, acting fucking dumb as hell. And I pull over. And this motherfucker gets out of the car. Give me your insurance, you piece of shit, motherfucker. I was like, wow. Oh, hell no. I'm going to call the cops. I said, you probably ought to. So he ends up calling the cops. Cops pull up, and he said, this racist motherfucker right here. So I'm not going to tell you guys what color he was. This racist motherfucker right here runs into my motherfucking car and then jumps out and tells me I have a piece of shit. And the cop looked at me, and I said, it didn't go down like that at all. And he said, well, how'd it go? I said, I'd rather just you take his side, and then I'll tell you my side. And the guy's over there, he wouldn't have done this if I wasn't this color. He wouldn't have done it.
No shit.
And this dude had like a 96 Nissan Sentra leaking oil all in this parking lot. We're in one of the medical buildings, and the medical staff comes out, and they're like, can you move? And I had told him once, hey man, why don't you move over so people can get in this parking lot? This is a business. Oh man, I ain't got to do shit for them. You ain't gonna tell me what to do, you piece of shit motherfucker. I'm like, okay. And he said, we can do this. And as the cop pulls up, he's like, we can do this. And that was about the 3rd time. And I looked at the cop and I said, you're about to just have to take us to jail, because I'm about to just whip his ass. The cop's like, no, go over to your car. And I handed him all my license, my CCW. The guy looked at my CCW, looked at him. He said, yeah, you're probably lucky y'all didn't go to a field somewhere.
Jesus Christ.
And I was just calm, cool, collected the whole time, and I give all my insurance information. And I shit you not, I'll show you the picture of what I did to his car, right? So this motherfucker, and Zach, I'll send it to you.
I was going to say, send me this so I can put it on
you
screen.
You can post it.
Yeah.
That's rubber, like armor all off of a tire.
Jesus.
That would literally wipe off.
Yeah.
And I damaged his car. It's leaking oil. It needed at least a quart of oil when he pulled off from there. And yeah, he's just steadily talking shit.
This happened yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh, shit. What, like in the afternoon, or when was it?
Lunchtime.
Oh shit.
And as he leaves, the cop comes over and he turns off his body cam, and I was like, you believe this motherfucker just called me racist? And the cop was like, that's when I almost lost my shit on him. And it's a bike cop. Yeah. He was cool as hell. We get to talking. He's like, yeah, man, I've watched there's a guy local who has one of these that's tuned and all that. I said, that's mine. He said, yeah, I watched it on YouTube. I said, yeah, that's this one. And he was like, holy shit. He said, where's the Ferrari? We just got talking back and forth. The cop was super cool.
That's awesome.
And he's like, man, I didn't write it as anybody's fault because the insurance can deal with that. So my insurance reached out to me, and they're like, so what the hell happened? So I explained it, and they're like, so you didn't hit him? I said, no. I said, he swerved over into me. He was on his phone. It looked like he was looking at his map, going to the wrong place or talking on the phone, texting, and was in the wrong lane. Come to find out, he worked one building over, so he should have been in the turn lane anyways.
Yeah.
So he was probably doing all the wrong shit, talking on the phone. But I mean, today's society just gets more and more fucked up with people always just jumping out of the car. You can't see in my car, so you don't know I'm fucking white, black, Hispanic, whatever.
Yeah.
And even the cop said that. He said, so you knew he was racist before you pulled up and started acting crazy?
Yeah.
No, I knew when he got out of the car he was just racist. What did he say that was racist? Nothing.
God damn, man, that's fucked up.
And it's like, what the fuck, man? You know, it's people are stupid nowadays.
No, they are.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Why the hell?
Takes a special kind of person to hop out of a car in the middle of what was yesterday, Wednesday, and be like, hey, let's start some shit. Like, come the fuck on.
And the way he was acting was 100% what puts people 2-3 steps back in society.
Yes.
And not just white people, black people, Hispanics, you know. You go backwards when you get out and you assume something of somebody.
Yeah, in any way, you know.
You know, yeah, I have a country accent like a motherfucker, but I'm far from country. I don't own cowboy boots.
Yeah.
You know, shit, I was surprised one day when you told me you were going horseback riding. I was like, what the fuck? The only horse I fucking ride is a fucking Ferrari, you know. I guess the most country shit I have is my motherfucking Levi's.
That's the takes the cake, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to get my wife some cowboy boots and like a cowboy hat and then nothing else.
Yeah.
I'm down with that,
That's
you
the
know.
way to do it.
But yeah, just today's society's getting so fucked up. Just the way people are. You should never assume anything.
Yeah.
We've talked about that many times.
Yeah.
You know, fucking assuming anybody's racist or, you know, fuck even a chick or a dude nowadays is fucking almost impossible.
No, I know it.
Like there's someone at Lowe's, and you go to the same Lowe's I do, and she's one of the checkers, or he, and every time I'm there, they're like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'm polite, so I say, "Yes, sir," "No, sir," "How you doing?" "Yes, ma'am," "No, ma'am." I'm like, "Hey, you,"
Stumble over that one, yeah.
and it's one of those weird ass names
Yeah.
on the badge that could be either way.
Pat or Chris or something.
Yeah, or fucking Alex. I can't fucking remember. And it's like, oh, man. So me and my wife the last 5 times are still trying to figure it out. Like I almost want to both sit in the bathroom all day and see where this goes, you know. And it's a nice person, you know.
Yeah, sure.
But fuck,
Yeah.
today's society. So
Well, it's hard to
jacked up.
be a bit of a gentleman when you don't want to offend, right? You never want to offend a stranger.
No,
so
here's the key, Zach, is
Yeah.
you don't give a fuck about offending anybody.
that's you know.
If you, as soon as you not worry about that, now that doesn't mean go out of your way to do it, but just don't care if you do. You know, don't be an overt asshole about anything. But you know, I think that's one of our society's biggest problems is going into interactions, conversations, experiences with people, trying not to offend them. You know, and again, like on the same token, don't try to offend them.
Yeah.
But don't try not to. You know.
Yeah. Wearing kid gloves.
And
Don't go
also
in there.
for everybody else out there, stop getting offended so goddamn easy.
Yeah. Now, if I would have jumped out of the Audi and throw on a white pillowcase and cut holes in it, I would get 100% where he came up with that.
Yeah, I mean, our entire society has just become too walking on eggshells about all that kind of stuff, and I think it's detrimental. But
Yeah, it's just going to get worse and worse as we go if we keep letting it happen.
yeah, well, social issues aside, I had a question for you, car related, but I don't want to jump in front of.
No, I'm done talking about that idiot now.
So you've had your Ferrari back now with new wheels, new tires, the good tune on it for what, a week?
About a week and a half, 2 weeks.
And a half. What do you think?
So what sucks about my Ferrari is now after driving yours, it's great, but so same thing. It's great, but it's not what yours is. And what's amazing to me is yours is fucking stock.
Yeah.
And every time we talk about it, my car's fast. It feels fast, but I still remember how yours feels. Can mine outrun yours? Maybe, but we've talked about this. It's one of those, if we're going down the highway, whoever jumps first is going to win every time with our cars. They're so equal.
Yeah.
The bad part is his is stock. You know, mine's not. Yeah, his cost more, but when you drive yours, riding yours, you get every bit of why it costs more.
Yeah.
My car looks wise. I love it.
No, it's an amazing car. I mean, to me, there's parts of yours that I like better than mine in terms of how it looks, still. But it does make me really curious now that I've got like 3,200 miles on mine now. It had 1,000 when I bought it. I've put over twice as many miles on the car in 6 weeks than the guy who had it before me did in an entire year.
Yeah. Wow.
Which to me is crazy. Like I think about this regularly. And a lot of people do it, especially with pistas or with lower production number, higher value cars, is that like one of the biggest things that they adhere to protocol wise with driving a car is trying not to put any more miles on it than they absolutely have to, which to me is crazy. Because whether you stroke a check for that or you're paying a monthly payment, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And to me, like, why would you pay that amount of money with the sole intention of just trying not to lose more than you have to when you resell it?
Yeah.
Like, to me, that is so fucking absurd.
It's like having the hot chick. And the best analogy I've ever heard, it's like having a hot chick and you get her and she's only been with one guy or zero guys. She's a virgin. So you don't want to touch her, but she comes to you and she's like, you know what? I got a great ass, but I'm needing a new set of boobs.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Get her some boobs. Oh, my teeth are a little yellower, so you fucking get her teeth whitened. You get her hair done. Then y'all get a divorce and the next dude fucks the shit out of her.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Like damn near sending you videos of fucking your ex.
I hope he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you never did. You know what I mean? That's the same analogy of having a great car and just going and looking at it in the garage.
Yeah, it's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy to me.
If I'm spending the money, if I get a chick some new boobs, I'm
gonna play
motorboating
with
them. Dude, I'm a motorboat. I'm going to use them bitches to do tie boat. Yeah. I'm going to get that Billy Blanks out and just start popping on them bitches. But it's silly. Why would you invest? Because it's essentially an investment. Why would you put any money into it? And
to me, I guess let me caveat that with one thing. There is one exception I would make to that, and that's classic cars.
Yes,
like that I do understand.
True classics, though.
Yeah, like I mean, if it's an original '67 fucking Shelby or something like that, where yes, I get why you have that as a collector's piece or as an investment or whatever. But for any modern day car, especially one whether it's a Bentley that's designed and engineered to be luxurious and comfortable, or a car like a Pista or an Aventador or a GT2 RS, like those are from the ground up, the entire engineering of that car in its entirety is for driving and driving hard around a track, so it's like if you're not out there stretching that fucking car's legs on a regular basis, like why would you do that? I just don't get it. I mean, to each their own, but to me, it just makes no fucking sense. And I think it's kind of criminal to have cars that are that capable and that incredible and not drive them.
Yeah.
It just seems like such a fucking waste.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy the way people just put them up. Yes, I can see the classic cars, but then you got the same guys who build a resto mod.
Yeah.
It's a Ford with an LS engine in it or big ass wheels. They cut it up and then they drive it at 500 miles a year or put it in a trailer.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I got a friend who builds cars for a living, charges out the ass to do it, and he builds them to drive them. Now, some of the customers don't ever drive them, but he built them for you to fucking drive them and enjoy them.
Yeah. I mean, again, like free country, do what you want. It just, to me, that it seems like such a waste, to have a car that capable and not drive it. I mean, if you look at any Pista that's for sale, I haven't seen a single one with more than 2,500 miles on it.
No.
Not one.
No, and hell, that white one we found had 254 fucking miles on it. Yeah. And it was fucking amazing looking. Yeah. If I had my next car, and I do have something I got to tell you kind of off there, but my next car will more than likely be a Pista. And the reason is the same reason you wanted it.
Yeah.
I can keep it stock. I can drive the shit out of it. Take it in for oil changes. Something breaks, I take it to the dealer. Hey, fix this. Mm-hmm. The beautiful thing about Ferraris, most people don't know, it's 7 years maintenance on that motherfucker. 3 years. And they put in writing unlimited miles.
Yeah.
Bumper to bumper.
Well, and you can extend it out to 7 years too by paying an extra few thousand a year bore
like what, 2,500 a year or something
No, I
like
think
that.
it's closer to $4,000, but
That's
either
still
way,
not bad.
no, I mean, to me, considering what it's covering,
Yeah.
I mean, that's when you need it, right? Like it's probably not going to break in 3 years. Like
Yeah,
even
say
if you put 50,000 miles on it.
Say you add the 7 years, what's that, 20 grand? If it's around 4 grand, the engine's over 100 grand in that car.
Yeah. And I know you can extend, they have a 15-year warranty program that doesn't cover absolutely everything, but it covers a lot of it. So you can extend it out to 15 years.
Yeah, because they build those for the owners.
Yeah.
They want you to own them, enjoy them, and everything else. Like what you told the Ferrari guy, what you want to do with yours.
Yeah.
Now, would I want to put that many miles on mine? No. And the reason is mine takes huge hits with miles on it. Yours, not as much. I've seen one with high miles go, and I think it sold for $460, $440, and it was a 2019.
Yeah. Do you remember how many miles?
I want to say close to 10,000.
Oh, shit.
But considering what he paid for it and how much he probably enjoyed it, because it was last year, so he probably enjoyed 18 months of driving the shit out of that car. And his payments, we know about what the payment should be on that.
Yeah.
That dude, he lost what he paid, basically. And
yeah, and to me, like I said, to me, that's a car I can see keeping. You know, whereas every other one I've had, I had that same like, well, I don't want to do this or that because I know I'm going to resell it fairly quick and whatever. Whereas this one, like, I mean, just at the dealership today, when I took it in to have the exhaust flaps opened and the lever handle replaced. There were several cars in there that were at least 15 years old that looked mint fucking condition.
yeah,
I saw a review on Auto Top NL, that guy Max, which I love that channel. He did an F430 that was 15 years old. That like he was still like, this is still one of the best cars I've ever driven.
yeah,
And it had like 67,000 miles on it. 15 years old. Inside was immaculate. It looked brand new. Yeah, it looked old, but it looked like brand new condition. But it sounded amazing. It drove amazing. And he was giggling like a fucking schoolgirl, and it was like, I like driving this better than, any other fucking modern car I've driven. And it's 15 fucking years old.
yeah. Is that the German guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, it's the Dutch guy.
Dutch guy, yeah. He's cool as shit.
Yeah. But, to me, like there's no other brand, not a single other car manufacturing brand where you see that, where you see cars that are 10, 12, 15, 20 years old, still out driving around, that people are still enjoying the fucking shit out of it.
Oh, yeah.
And to me, he was like, this isn't quite on the level of what's out there now, but he's like, it's still fast.
Yeah.
And to me, that's kind of like the piece that I can imagine like 10 years from now. I mean, most things are going to be electric. It's still going to be fun to drive.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it'll be fun to drive probably for the rest of my life,
Well, a lot of people, some will bitch and say how much the cost of that car is. And I was one of those people at the beginning.
Same here.
I don't get it. I can build a Ford and make it just as nice. I can build a Chevy and make it just as nice. No, you can't.
Yeah.
The reason is the leather. It's not bullshit synthetic leather. So take your Chevy and put real cowhides on it. Make the grain match up.
Yeah.
Use the type of stitching they use. Do it on your dash.
Yeah.
Do it on everything that you're going to touch that's soft touch, or you use suede or Alcantara, or real suede's an option with Ferrari. And then your carbon fibers, real carbon weave, not some fake 3D printed shit that they clear over.
Yeah.
I mean, the buckets are carbon or real resin. All the materials are top end materials.
Yeah. But it's that way from the
Even
very
the-
bottom all the way. I mean,
all
it's
the
the
way.
entire thing, you know, and you notice that or you feel that when you're driving it. It does. It makes a different driving experience if you're paying any attention to it. It's an absolutely phenomenal car. I mean, I was right there with you. I was like, dude, it can't be that much better. It just can't be. You know, like there's no possible way. Like as good as the GTV is, and it is, it's a phenomenal.
It's a great car.
Like it can't be that much better, but it is. I will say, now I'm really curious. This was my point in talking about the mileage. Now 10 minutes later, was that now it really makes me want to drive your car again to see how it feels comparatively.
Oh yeah.
But
you could drive it when we leave here.
Yeah,
but the thing is, and I've said this before, it's almost frustrating. So any of you guys that are watching this and you have a 720, a Huracan, a 488 and you got a buddy with a Pista, don't fucking drive it. You probably don't even fucking want to ride in it. And here's why. I'm gonna fucking own a Pista now. I don't care if I have to put my wife as a sex trafficking deal.
Jesus.
I make her own OnlyFans. She sleeps in, so I can make it a foot page, where I just cover her shit up and do feet. Either way, I'm going to get a Pista because the car, it literally made me feel like going from a Honda Civic to a 488. Yeah. There's that huge of a difference.
It's hard for me. Like I felt that way when I got in it the first time. Now having driven in it so long, I wouldn't say I'm used to it, but I'm comfortable used to it. And so, like now, I've kind of come full circle to where I'm like, what I'm driving, like it can't be that much better than your car.
Oh, it is. But, I mean, if it'll leave an impression in my mind, it's been 2 months almost since I drove it.
Yeah, probably.
And I still get in my car and I almost slap the steering wheel like, bitch, and it's like, fuck this car.
That's amazing.
It's a huge difference.
Yeah.
And people will say, oh, no, it's not. Dude, I've upgraded my springs to Novatec race springs. I've upgraded my wheels, tires. They're wider, supposed to handle better. I got better exhaust, not better than yours. I'm not saying it's upgraded. I got upgraded exhaust and upgraded tune. And I would still get rid of that bitch right now and jump in a Pista.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost to the point to where I'd be like, if someone came with a red one, which I fucking hate red Ferraris, and says, hey, man, let's do some horse trading for your car for my red. Fuck, I can wrap that bitch. Yeah, you know what I mean? But we've looked at them over and over, and someone asked in the questions, why did Mike get that color? Well, for one, people ask that, haven't been to many meets. Gray, silver, white, any color other than red and yellow pop like crazy at a meet because it's like, fuck, I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's rare.
The blue one, all three of the pieces, which is super fucking rare to see three pieces in one little meet.
All right next to each other, which is cool.
Yeah, every one of them was badass. And none of them were red. Yeah. Now, Alan's had red interior, but Alan's twisted in the head. The blue one that pulled in.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to address that question is that I've always, for the last 6-7 years, pretty much every car I've had has been metallic silver gray. Mm-hmm. Like the BMW Donington gray or the Selenite Magno gray that Mercedes has. Those grays are just my favorite color of a car. When the kids were young and we had a fucking minivan, it was a Honda Odyssey. It was metallic silver. Like that's my favorite color on a car. No two ways about it. Black, gloss black is a close fucking second.
Yeah.
It's just such a pain in the dick to keep clean. When it's clean, it looks the best. But
it's just the best color.
4 hours after you clean it, it's got a coat of dust on it that you can see in certain light, and it shit drives me nuts. But, so on top of that, so that's my favorite color. For Ferrari, they've got a couple different grays. Really just a kind of a really light silvery gray and the darker, what is it? Grigio Silverstone is the technical color name or whatever. But, so it is rare, but that's my favorite color. And so the reason why I got it when I did, and the fact that I got it in that spec is that it was available. All the time I've been looking at Pistas, there's only been one other time I've seen a Grigio Silverstone gray Pista come for sale, and it was gone in a matter of days. And so when this one came up, I was like, it's only the second one I've seen. I've seen dozens of them at this point, and they're all either black or red or yellow or white or whatever. And so I was just like, man, I don't know, because the Pista was only made in 19 and 20. They're not making any more of them. So anyone that you buy at this point has been spec'd by somebody else, and there's only so many gray ones out there, which is not very many of them. So when I saw it, I was like, dude, I may not have another chance to buy one in this color. Like you may not come again. So I jumped on it. I wasn't planning on doing it until, maybe later this year or early next. But when it came available, I just said, man, I gotta make this happen. So that's why I did it.
Yeah. And you went back and forth before you ever bought, which a lot of people don't know, you had a 488 GTB like mine for 2 weeks.
In the lighter silver that did similar mods too. And here's the weird reality. Well, two things. One, I after that, I put a deposit down on a black black Pista
Yeah, I remember.
with a red stripe, and the dealership sold it while I had a deposit on it, while I was getting shit in order to get it, which I think is really fucked up. But at any rate, I had having the GTB. If it had not had any codes and not had any problems, I would have kept it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, to me, like after driving yours, after it had been modded, because you let me drive it stock, and then when it was modded, I was like, dude, this is the perfect car.
Yeah.
It's just within what was it, maybe 15, 20 miles of having it tuned and exhaust done and all that stuff, it was throwing codes that I had to keep turning the car off to get them to go away, and then I'd get on it and they'd come back. And to me, like, there's nothing more frustrating than having that car with what you have done to it and having an expectation of speed, and then you get on it and it throws a code and goes into limp mode, and you can't, and you're driving, you're getting roasted by a fucking Toyota fucking whatever, like I was furious about it. It's like, I'm not going to go through all this pain in the ass to deal with this nonstop, so if it had been a reliable tune that didn't have any issues, I would have done it. But that further kind of motivated me to say, I want a car that stock is good enough for me to not want to fuck with. And this is absolutely the case. Like, I mean, I drove it yesterday. I put probably almost 200 miles on it yesterday afternoon and evening. And, it's still every bit as fun as it was the first time I got in. And I'd say even more fun. Like, it's just amazing.
Watching you drive it, because a year now we've been going to meets, I would say, yeah, pretty close to a year together. And watching you drive it versus the 488 GTB, the Audi, the Porsche, that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The confidence level, it's the same confidence level of watching you go from the BMW to the Indian.
Yeah.
I mean, it's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a spot where you did a move Saturday that my wife was like, damn. And so I was like, yeah, fuck that. And I downshifted and I had to make that move,
Yeah.
But just what you did to passing up that GT3 RS, which is a phenomenal fucking car.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, fuck that dude. And I downshifted and I had to catch up to you because I ain't letting no Porsche between. But just the confidence and you can tell you're comfortable,
Yeah.
which is huge.
That's everything. I mean, to me, that's what separates enjoying something versus not. If you're uncomfortable, you're not enjoying shit.
Yeah.
And for me, I've said this before, like not having the years of track experience that some guys have, or even just the years of driving cars like that. It's been a few years now. I'm certainly better at it than I was a few years ago, but that, that's for sure 1,000% like why I enjoy it so much, is that it's so accessible and so confident, inspiring, the way that it handles and grips and everything else, that I've done things in it that made me a little nervous when I certain cornering at certain speeds and certain degrees of cornering angle or whatever, that I was like, man, like in any other car I wouldn't have been able to do it, and with this, like it was nothing, taking certain corners at 60, 70, 80, 90 that you just shouldn't be able to fucking do, and it does it effortlessly, with no tire screech even, which means you can push it way harder than I am, and so like I've never been in a car that makes me feel more like a good professional race car driver than that car, because that's what it makes you feel like. It makes you feel like you can do anything with it, because you really can. I mean, they've over-engineered it to the point where it makes dipshits like me be able to drive it fairly well, and that's saying something. But
it's a perfectly designed and engineered car. Going from that to what I'm going to bring up, I'm going to tie together, so you got to hang with me real quick.
All right.
I'm going to tie it together right after I bring this up. So I go look at the Ram TRX, and we're going to order another one. Dodge makes a great product, and we've talked about that for a while. The Dodge Chargers, the Hellcats, the Challengers, the new TRX. I went to pick it up. I wanted to hate that fucking truck. I told you that. I said, I ain't buying nothing gets that fucking shitty gas mileage. I went and drove it with intentions of hate. And we both bought cars to where you're like, fuck this car. Mm-hmm. And you go up and it's like, oh, fuck, it's better than I thought. Or it's, fuck this car. And I went wanting to hate it. And I didn't. Matter of fact, the only thing I hate now is that I got to order another one because this one had little hail damage that they claimed wasn't there, which kind of pissed me off that the dealer said there's no damage when we clearly picked out shitload of hail damage. And then we showed them where they PDR'd it and fucked it up. And the manager, the salesman, it wasn't his fault. It was the manager told him this while he was at the doctor. And he never looked at it. We pulled up at the same time. And as I get there, I'm pointing it out. And he's like, oh, yeah, fuck that. And they don't want to come off no money. So here's how I'm going to tie that in. So the Dodge, good company, makes very powerful fucking cars. Dodge wanted to claim that they could take the throne from Ferrari.
For what?
With the Challenger.
Oh, Jesus.
They did a comparison of the Dodge Challenger Hellcat wide body red eye versus the 812 Superfast.
I'm surprised they didn't use the Demon.
They would have probably had better luck trying it with the Demon. Screenshot some of the article to kind of just look at and be like, what the fuck are they thinking here? Because I read it twice. I'm like, no fucking way they're going to claim that a Challenger Hellcat wide body is just as good. So they started highlighting the specs. The Challenger red eye sprints 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. The Ferrari, bone stock, no supercharger. It's a fucking 12-cylinder, 2.9. No comparison. So the guy writing the article was like, they were contacted by someone at SRT to do this. And they said, it's no fair comparison. Yeah, the money isn't even equal because, you're 3 times the car, pretty much. Yeah, for an 812, you're definitely 3 times, maybe 4 times the car. A Hellcat is built by Dodge's definition to go straight.
Yeah.
And haul ass straight. So they built the wide body to handle a little bit better. They put 305s on all 4 corners. The Ferrari does that with its regular setup. It don't have to do anything special. The beautiful thing, they figured out it would take a shitload of money basically to make that car even compatible. But I just thought it was funny as hell, being Ferrari owners, that how are you going to make that fucking comparison?
No, it's crazy.
797 horsepower to Ferrari 789.
What does it say? What the weight is of each?
The Challenger weighs 5,100 pounds. The 812 weighs 3,762.
I mean, that's huge.
Yeah.
But
and you're talking a car designed. So what they were making with the 812 Superfast was the guys who want the, fuck, I don't want to drive my Pista every day. I don't want to drive my 488 every day. Make me something that sounds really cool, super comfortable, and I can do whatever I want, and I can throw some luggage in the back. So they made the FF with a V12, the GTC that also is all-wheel drive, and you can get it with a V12. And then they made the 812 and that, what was it, the FF before? Not the FF, the F12 before that. They're a gentleman's grand touring car. That's what they're built for. Now, someone spending that kind of money don't want a car that they can't take anywhere but a straight fucking line.
yeah.
So for anybody in a Dodge that thinks, you know what, my Challenger's just as good as Ferrari, because that's what Motor Trend said.
I'd be curious, are there ring times for either of those?
The ring time on the 812 is I want to say it's like a 728 or something. And I don't even think Dodge has freighted one of those fucking big bitches over there to ring it.
Yeah.
But we could search that. We'll have a producer one day that'll do that. But they're not even in, he don't even have his mic on.
I do too. What? I'm talking.
Are you typing?
Yeah, do you hear that?
I can hear you typing.
Okay,
you
well then
bitch.
that's why I got to turn that off. That's why my mic's
that's
off.
That's the
why.
reason.
I'm taking these notes over here.
Yeah, I'm taking
story.
something. Yeah, but they're not even fucking equal. How can you? I get trying to make someone feel good about their purchase.
Yeah, there's a better way to do that.
Yeah, you don't go, you know what, who's the big, that's like going to jail as a skinny motherfucker and everybody told you, you go find the biggest dude and beat his ass. It's not going to work out for you.
Yeah.
unless you're just a badass jujitsu motherfucker or someone that can fight really well.
Yeah.
Don't go pick him out.
I mean, it's just marketing, right? It's like Logan Paul swinging at Floyd Mayweather. Like,
Yeah.
we all feel like we know who's going to win, but maybe somebody will think, oh, this is kind of interesting. All right, maybe I'll look at a Dodge. I don't know.
I mean, and you sent me a video yesterday of a Hellcat racing a 488 GTB. That was yesterday, right? Yeah.
It was a track hawk.
A track hawk. And I was telling you just the other day, I loved my fucking track hawk. I mean, I've owned it, and no way in hell did it compare to a 488.
Yeah.
In a straight line, I knew there was no way that car, even with the 1,000 horsepower, it's going to launch, it's going to keep up, but the Ferrari's going to catch it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, that's what it's built to do.
Yeah.
You're talking huge differences in money. Bang for your buck. The Chargers are great fucking cars.
Yeah.
They're really plain inside, but they have some great fucking features. The engine, the fucking sound system, and I said that about the TRX. Dodge has had, and Ram and Fiat, they've been killing it in the market with the sound systems for a long time.
Yeah.
The leather's not horrible in them, and you get what you pay for, I figure. Their resale value sucks on anything Dodge, Ram, all that shit. They just suck.
Yeah, I mean, to me, for a car that you can still enjoy and not, be in the multi six figures, GT 500, a fucking Charger or Challenger Hellcat, a fucking C8 Corvette, or a ZL1 fucking Camaro. Those are 5 options that are all really good cars, south of 6 figures. That for the money, I don't think you can beat them.
No.
Are they Ferraris, Porsches, Lamborghinis, R8s? No, they're not.
No.
Can they compete with them? No, they can't. In really every way except value.
Yeah.
Value for what you get, I don't think you can beat them.
Yeah.
Like if you're a baller on a budget, right, and that's a huge factor, which it should be for everybody to a certain extent. To me, those are the best cars to buy. No fucking two ways about it. Because we've talked about this. I've even looked at getting a GT 500 or something like that, a cheaper American muscle car, and modding it a little bit as just kind of a fun project car. I probably still won't, but in just talking about it, like it's kind of fired me up to look at them a little further. But the fact that you can put $10, $12, maybe $15,000 into mods and have that motherfucker doing 4-second 60 to 130s and legitimate super / hyper car. I mean that's beyond hyper. I mean a Bugatti does 4.8 60 to 130, and that's a W12 with 1,500 horsepower. So for 6 figures or maybe even a little less, you can get a car that's ripping the doors off of fucking multi-million-dollar hypercars. I mean you've never been able to do that. To me, that's one of the neatest things about the automotive industry right now is that 40 years ago, like it was there were limits, and you couldn't do that. You couldn't make that kind of monetary gap up by just doing a couple of basic mods the way that you can now. And to me that's pretty fucking cool.
There's been several times on the show, off the show, and I'll text you, man, it's fucking awesome time to be alive in the automotive world. What I am impressed with that a lot of people aren't highlighting right now is one thing Dodge really did that they should have done years ago. So Dodge is killing it with the 392 Hemi. Mm-hmm. There's the regular Hemi, the 5.7, then there's the 392. The 392 is what they put in the Daytonas, the Scat Packs, and all that shit. So people have been taking the Wranglers and putting Hellcat engines in it. Dodge has finally paid attention. They just dropped a 392 in them.
No shit.
You can order that little motherfucker with a 392 in it.
Dude, that's awesome.
I think it's got 440 horsepower or something like that. Now that vehicle actually holds its value in the Dodge line or goes above and beyond when you do lift kits and all that shit.
Yeah.
Because people don't want to go do all that once they'll fuck around and just buy it off of you and you'll make fucking shitload of money.
Yeah.
But now that you got the power to match the fucking looks of that car, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, will that heavy bitch off-road and rock crawl? Maybe not. That may be but most people aren't doing that. They're mall crawling with them motherfuckers.
Yeah. Bringing it back to the, were you going to come full circle and tie all that in?
That's how I was tying the Dodge and everything together was with the 812.
Yeah, I got
Ferrari makes a great product. And in the American line, as you brought, that like you said, for the bang for the buck, those cars you mentioned are the best you can get. Mm-hmm. You can't compete with the Ferraris and all that. Yeah, you can in a straight line, 100%. Fuck, you can take some of the fastest times we've read on the Draggy or the
Mustang
GTs and the fucking Audi TTs.
Mm-hmm. And even RS3.
Yeah, the RS3. Those cars are cheap.
Yeah.
You know, bang for the buck, you can build those and go blow everybody's fucking doors off in a straight line.
Yeah.
What you're paying for with the supercars and everything else is the materials, the rarity, the performance, handling. When you get into the Ferraris and Lamborghinis, it's the specialness. Some people feel special in a Lamborghini. Some people are balling on a budget and have a 2015 Lamborghini with 40,000 miles on it. But hey, that makes them happy. I'd rather have a brand new car with less miles on it and go kick a Ferrari or a Lamborghini's ass. But Lamborghini still makes a good product. As much as I dislike some of the Lamborghini stuff, it's still a great product. Yeah. Dodge, Chevy, the new Supra, we left that one out. That's not a bad thing, bang for the buck. Because it's a BMW.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's it, is that I would put that in the same category as a
M3.
C63 and M3 and M4, you know, an RS3. You know, they're all kind of in that, you know, 60 to 80,000 depending on options. But
I need about $20 million. If I had $20 million and 20,000 square foot of garage, I could have some badass shit.
I was thinking about that, and that's actually why I've kind of shied away from getting a project car or even really thinking about it any more serious, is that every time I drive the Pista, I'm just like, I don't want to not, like, I just always want to be driving this.
Yeah.
Like, even if I was in that and having fun, like, I'd still be like, I still wish I was in my other car.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, there's an element of that paradox of choice issue that we were talking about with TV and Netflix and movies and whatever nowadays, is that there's a little bit of me that that wouldn't want a garage full of really nice cars, because it'd be like, similarly to like not driving a Pista, it's like how many of them can you drive and really enjoy and get to know and almost have that like connection with, as dumb as it probably sounds to a lot of people. It would be harder to do that with, you know.
Yeah.
So same with like a kennel full of really nice dogs, you know. It's like, oh, I've got 10 of the best fucking, you know, titled European import dogs in the world all sitting in my kennel. It's like, well, you don't have a good relationship with any one of them.
Yeah.
You know, so it, you know, there is a part of me that's like, man, I don't know if I would want, you know, 7 or 8 or 10 or 20 fucking of all of the cars that I've ever thought, man, I wouldn't mind, or I'd love to have one of those, because you'd end up just sitting and looking at them. It'd almost be a chore of being like, okay, how long has it been since I've driven the 911? Fuck, it's been 2 weeks. I need to start that fucker up and drive it around. You know, it's like, I'd kind of rather just have the one perfect car that's perfect for me.
Yeah.
And just drive the shit out of that, you know. I don't know.
Or you have a Monday car, a Tuesday car, a Wednesday car. I'm saying if you hit that crazy amount of money.
Yeah.
And granted, I would have to buy cars that are fun.
Yeah.
I'd almost, like we've talked about before, the great thing that would be cool as shits one day, you hit it bigger, we hit the fucking lottery, one of us, and we fucking buy like an old airport and we do stupid shit, you know, send fucking Zach out blindfolded to fucking drive an M3 and we fucking video it.
No, I mean, that would be fun, like having a, you know, an area where, you know, a track and a drag strip and whatever that you can test cars on and do shit like that would be awesome.
Yeah.
In that case, I would do that. But
you're 100% right to be like, okay, these 10 are company cars / shit we're using as investments. Say like a Bugatti Chiron Pure Sport. That's an investment car. You buy that and yeah, I'm gonna fucking drive it. You're gonna drive it eventually, but yeah, you don't drive it as much as the Pista. Yeah. In 2 years, you flip that fucking car and you make $500 to $1 million on it.
Yeah,
it's a great investment. Koenigsegg, same thing. Pagani, not so much. But then like the old Cobras, like I would love to have a Resto Mod Cobra, a kit car, and just drive the fuck out of that.
Yeah,
just drive that bitch to work on a sunny day, beat the shit out of it, and then have a real one collecting. If you just have the money to throw away. But then again, I also would like to collect property that's worth more money than cars.
Yeah.
and you just vacation.
Yeah, maybe have one or two choice cars at each one of those
Yeah.
locations. So when you go there, you have what you want to drive
Yeah.
or something. That'd be
What do you
cool.
drive in Hawaii? I drive a Bugatti there. But I mean, that's the dream. Everybody dreams of getting to a certain level, and when they get there, your practices change. Fuck, if I were to hit $100 million right now, my dumb ass would I guess my smart ass would put so much in the bank, live on the fucking interest, and spend so much of it, which we've talked about before.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna live happy and fucking have some. Yeah, I may rotate main cars, but yeah, chances are I wouldn't fucking ever have fucking 50 cars.
Mm-hmm.
It's not practical.
Yeah.
I mean, because what are you gonna do? Fucking, hey buddy, you want to come drive my car?
Yeah.
Fuck that dude. You go fucking get a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
But it's kind of the same way with guns in some respect. I mean, that's why I don't have a ton of them. I have a few of everything. And by that, I mean, I have a few handguns, a few shotguns, a few rifles. I don't have dozens of them the way a lot of guys do for that same reason. It's that adage. I think it was a samurai adage that I don't know what the direct translation is, but the gist of it is don't be afraid of the guy with 1,000 swords, be afraid of the guy with one.
Yeah, because
he's going to
mastered
be
it.
really fucking good at it, you know. And so with guns, it's kind of the same thing. Like I don't want to have 6 45s and all different types of 9mm and 12 different carry guns or whatever. Like I have one.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I do have a handful of pistols, but I have one that I carry that I'm comfortable with, and that's the only one I fucking carry all the time. So. To me, cars are just kind of that same way where like once you get really comfortable with one, like I just want to focus on that until I don't like it anymore. And then if I get to that point, then get something different that blows your hair back again. But
I don't know what the fuck they can make that could.
I don't know either. I mean,
because the one car we both question, there's no way in hell we'll ever test drive it unless we find somebody who owns it. The SF90.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I mean, to me, the quagmire that we're running into, I think, and this is something I wanted to talk about on this episode as well, is that there is a shift. There's a huge shift now, in that I don't know that there will ever be. I honestly think the Aventador SVJ, the GT2 RS, the 720S, 765, 765 LT, and the Pista. I think those 5 models are the last of the really great drivers' cars. I really do believe that. And the reason I believe that is that, all of the companies that are making these cars are now doing hybrids now. And in Europe, I think it's by 2030, there's going to be either a complete ban on gasoline engines or each car company only has so many. Basically, the carbon footprint can only be X, and it's a really low number. So, like, I saw an interview where a couple automotive journalists were talking about it and saying that like they can see Porsche going to every one of their models is a fully electric car except the 911 Turbo S and or the GT cars, so that they can use their footprint cap on just one model or 2 models or whatever, and they'll only be able to make so many of them until they hit that threshold, and then that's all there'll be. But I would say that in our lifetime, unless something really, really drastic happens or changes the automotive industry, is that gasoline engines are just not going to be made anymore way sooner than later.
Yeah.
And so I think most companies, I mean, you see it with Audi and Volkswagen, are already prepping for, like Audi is saying, we're not going to develop the gasoline engine any further than we already have. Like they're already not going to make anything better.
Yeah.
So like, an R8 V10 Performance right now is the best gasoline engine that you're ever going to be able to buy from Audi. They're not going to make anything better.
Yeah.
That's a gasoline engine, So to me, I there may be an element to what you see, the best gasoline engines right now that you see may be the best that there ever is.
Yeah.
Chris Harris brought up a kind of a neat point that I hadn't thought of. And I hope that something like this happens is that his take was the only way he can see that not happening is that if a company, an ExxonMobil, a Shell, somebody develops a liquid, right, that's a consumable gasoline-like liquid that is, what's the word I'm looking for, that you can...
Like a clean burn?
Well, a clean burn, not a fossil fuel, a manufactured liquid that acts like gasoline, but is not it's a renewable.
Yeah.
It's a renewable resource, not a fossil fuel. Now they already have ethanol, right? Like now 100% ethanol is like 140 fucking octane. But to me, like that's a possibility.
Why can't they break it down?
Yeah. Or put some sort of additive that's not gasoline in it that makes it to where it's not so high octane that, most engines can't handle it. Shy of something like that happening, which I hope it does, because I think a combustion engine going away is a shitty fucking prospect in my opinion. But so anyway, to your point, like I don't know what you're going to come across. I don't know that there's going to be anything that drives better for people like us that are our age or older that have grown up driving gasoline engines. I don't think that there's probably going to be anything that comes along that's better.
Yeah, it's crazy over and over. They've talked about, like, the government has, I know in the United States, there's a ton of mechanics who have proven that if you take the catalytic converters off that are supposed to be cleaner, the cars run better, they don't burn as much, and they don't put as much carbon in the air.
Yeah.
Because they burn cleaner.
Yeah.
But the government don't want to hear that. When you see black smoke coming out of those cars, it's actually not a bad thing in some of these diesel engines. It's an okay thing. But people see that as, oh, that's pollution. That's pollution in the air. But what's going to happen, and we've talked about it, we've touched on it before. I don't know if we've done it on the air. What's going to happen in 10 years from now, maybe 20, when Tesla and all that have to get rid of all these lithium batteries?
Yeah. Well, that and just the electricity to begin with, take Europe as an example. 2030, like I said, is the time frame where they're basically going to have combustion engines banned.
They're going to need nuclear power.
Yeah, so if you transfer all of those vehicles, just what we have right now, let alone what the population is going to be higher than, there's going to be more vehicles on the road. The amount of power required to fuel those vehicles is going to come from where?
Exactly.
I don't know, like from coal plants in China. Like, well, do you think that that's better? Because it's not.
Yeah.
Like as clean as combustion engines are nowadays, it's far cleaner than coal plants in China burning to make electricity.
Yeah.
So to me, there's such a disconnect. It reminds me a lot of like, vegans and vegetarians having that disconnect of what pollutes the environment animal wise versus not, and how much worse a lot of this industrial farming is than having animals recirculating shit and whatever. And it's just, or having a disconnect of even meat eaters that don't understand where their food comes from. People that eat meat that are anti-hunting because they say you should just go to the store to get meat. You don't have to go out into the wild and kill animals. And it's like, how could you possibly be that fucking stupid? But there's a lot of people that are that disconnected when it comes to the environment and electricity and coal and where it all comes from, the big picture of how it all works. And it's fucking dicey that way. But,
well, it's the same people who say guns are dangerous.
Yeah.
And the best argument I've ever seen was somebody whose guns are dangerous. And the guy across the table sat the gun on the table. And he said, let that gun kill somebody right there.
Yeah.
Well, if someone grabs, hold on, someone's got to grab it and use it. Yeah. So someone had bad intentions. Yeah. That gun's not dangerous. Yeah. The motherfucker with bad intentions.
Yeah. You can take it a step further, right? That proves exactly what you're talking about is with cops, right? When any cop shoot, especially if it's, if a white cop shoots and kills a black unarmed citizen, right? Who do you blame?
I don't blame anybody.
Well, who does the media blame?
The media blames the cop.
Right.
Not the gun.
Not the gun, the cop. Right?
Yeah, because it's changed.
Right. But so that is it though, right? Is that, nobody's saying cops shouldn't carry guns. Nobody's saying that. But if some dipshit walks into a school, and shoots up a school, it's
the gun.
Yeah, we've got to get rid of guns. Like that's a complete fucking contradiction, Yeah. So it's just
it all falls in the same guidelines of people believe certain shit and they can't grasp that there's shit behind that that's causing it. If the government wants less guns, same with the carbon footprint, stop making your fucking vehicle so heavy and putting bulletproof glass in it. Okay, cool story. And stop making your security carry guns.
Yeah.
I just helped you with your carbon footprint and I helped with some gun laws.
Yeah.
Since you feel so good about nobody needs guns.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody should protect you with a gun.
Yeah.
You know, who was that one dipshit that was his security had to have a Nerf? They were carrying Nerf guns.
Fuck, I didn't hear
Wasn't
about
it
that.
Beto or some
Yeah,
shit?
hold on.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, he was running for president. And the motherfucker's security was running around. I mean, motherfucking off-duty cops are quitting. I mean, I ain't fucking doing that.
Fucking Nerf gun. Jesus.
It was all over. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, anything can be a weapon. Anything can be a bad footprint. It's all what we do with it as a fucking society. Same as, you know, the racist, all that other bullshit we deal with from day to day. Like the executive order today. The one that came through isn't on fully polymer bottoms yet. It's the pistol brace. Because the guy who did that shit in, what was it, Ohio again? No, it wasn't Ohio, was it?
No, I don't know.
It was up there where the same motherfuckers are always going crazy. What y'all need to do is check that motherfucking state. What's wrong with that fucking state? I think it was, I got to look it up now. Again, a good producer would have done that. But
Come on.
A great producer.
All right.
But it was wherever Columbine is. Where the fuck was
Aurora.
that? Yeah.
Colorado.
So Colorado has some fucked up things going on there, and a ton of mass shootings have happened there. I'm pretty sure it's just Colorado, not the guns. You people are fucked up.
No, yeah, I mean, and that's kind of my point, right? Is that you know, that disconnect of, you know, let's blame this when it's this narrative or situation. We'll blame this when it's that. Like, it's just.
But you didn't hear anybody talking about it was a racist white guy.
Yeah.
Well, they did at first because he was light skinned. But what do you know? He wasn't a white guy.
You're talking about the one that just happened, Colin?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was up in Boulder at a King Soopers grocery store. Yeah.
But, you know, a bunch of
It
people.
ended up being a Syrian refugee
Yeah.
that did it. Yeah.
Who, should he have had a gun? Probably fucking not. How'd he get it? I don't know. So I don't mind doing a background check for a gun when I'm buying a brand new gun.
I mean, you do them anyway.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's like.
But I mean, it's the same silly thing as when we get our CCW.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've passed the background check. So why do you got to do it every fucking time?
Yeah.
And then if I want a suppressor or anything, I got to get a new stamp, every fucking one of them. Mm-hmm. I get that, but don't fucking have to do a fucking 6-month background check again. Yeah. Bitch, I just bought one a month ago. What the fuck you think I did between now and then?
No. Plus, you already have one. You know?
Yeah.
To me, like, once you own one gun, I think it's kind of silly to do background checks or cool off periods or any of that shit. You know, it's like, you know, to me, people, you know, harp on, we need background checks. Like, there already are background checks. Like, you know, I'm a 12-year combat veteran Navy SEAL with a Texas concealed weapons permit. And if I walk into a store in Texas to buy any gun, I still have to get a background check, even with already having several of them. Yeah. You know, so what more do you want than that? You know, like, I don't get what the gripe is, you know.
They should do a background check further in before they give a motherfucker a driver's license.
Yeah.
Look at the motherfuckers who are drinking and driving, doing dumb shit behind the wheel of cars, you know. Construction workers beating the shit out of their wife. The biggest advocate for this gun control is these abused women. Mm-hmm. Now, what the fuck are these dudes doing? Fucking taking their guns apart, beating them with the pistol brace and the back end polymer part. I'm just tired of this plastic going upside my head. Yeah. Like, bitch, you don't need to worry about guns. You need to worry about a divorce attorney.
Yeah, no shit.
Fucking get something going in your life. Or go buy a gun and shoot that motherfucker next time he goes to beating on you. Yeah. Protect yourself.
Yeah. Before you wreck yourself.
Yeah, get a bat. Okay, enough with getting political.
You got more car news?
I do got more car news. I texted you about this. The 911 GT3 testing.
Yeah, 3,100 miles straight.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
So to prove that those cars can do what they promise it'll do, they drove it at 186 miles an hour for, 3156, something like that? 3156. The only time the car stopped was to get more fuel. Yeah. That's fucking nuts. Yeah. Well, you seen they did the same testing with 5,000 miles on the turbo, the new turbo before they were released.
I didn't see that. But.
Yeah, because I went to reading it, and apparently that's part of their thing that they just hadn't released over all this time, is they torture test the shit out of those prototype cars.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know that, like I said, I've been looking at the GT3. That's the one thing that it's kind of like, man, I could see getting that as a second car to have fun with, but you're not going to get one. I talked to the Porsche dealer that I've worked with in the past, and asked him. I said, is it? I'm assuming I know the answer, but I'm going to ask anyway. Like, is there any chance at ordering a fucking new 992 GT3? And he's like, the short answer is no. He said, we have the last one, we had 17 allocations. They're saying they're thinking it may be less than that, maybe 15 this time. And we've had hundreds of people that have contacted / requested builds for them in the way that they're doing it, which sucks, but I agree with it because they have to choose somehow, right? Like if there's only 15 of them and they're looking at their customer base, there has to be a method with which they decide, and it's not first come first serve, it's brand loyalty.
Yeah.
So everybody who's requested to buy a GT3, they look at how much money they've spent at that dealership in the last year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is. And, whoever has spent the most gets first dibs at it, which some people are like, oh, it's fucking bullshit. I disagree.
Yeah.
If I have a customer that's bought 5 fucking protection dogs from me and comes and says, hey, I want another one, and I only have 2 left, and somebody else is like, well, hey, I want one too. Like, yeah, I got to go with somebody who's been a customer of mine for 10 years and spent, a ton of money. Like I get that as a business, it's a tough decision to make, but that's what has to happen.
Yeah, I mean, supply and demand.
Yeah.
And if one guy keeps demanding your supply, you got to fucking keep making sure he's good to go.
Yeah.
No, I can't do the same thing because I just own a plumbing company, but fuck that.
Yeah.
But I totally get it from a business aspect, 100%. What do you think, Zach?
I don't know, guys. I think this is all a great conversation.
Zach's fucking
Another
sleep.
Y'all are both on your phones.
Zach,
That's like, what do you think, Zach? I'm like, I don't know, guys.
I'm reading show notes, bro.
That's true.
I don't have my iPad, so I got to do this.
It's true. You don't have an iPad here.
I got to look up stats that you're fucking dropping the ball on.
That's fair.
That's true story too.
Yeah.
Yep. I was looking for show notes and I screenshot shit sometimes and just send to Mike. That was 2 of them. I got a lot of questions from viewers. I'll probably do some more stuff next week with viewers and questions. So all you people on Patreon and all that, go put some in. We'll get to more of that depending on what we find car news related. What I do want to ask y'all about, I kind of want to round this off by going to a woman question.
Ooh, all right.
Okay. And the reason I'm going to wait on some of these viewer questions, a lot of them are business related. A lot of people like us talking about money and shit like that. So we'll get into that. But thinking about this shit, because we've talked about it before. There's guys that your woman's been with. That's just a friend. How many of you guys out there, or ladies watching, have had guys tell you, I just want to be friends. I don't want to do anything tonight. I just want to cuddle. And how many times have you tried to get in a chick's pants doing that same shit?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. I remember the first time not meeting my wife, the first time going to meet my wife, we were already talking for a month or so, 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe. She was easy. But I show up and we rented a hotel in a nice part of the Florida. And we meet up and she's tired. Okay, cool. I just want to take a nap. I drove from Texas, so I just want to lay here. 5 minutes in, I'll be down. I was all up in her guts.
Well, to me, what I will say is that any guy. I mean, this is more of a guy. Like any guy that's like, oh, I just want to be friends, or like ladies out there that there's always that gullible, like, no, he just wants to be friends. Mm-hmm. No, he doesn't.
No, he don't.
Like guys don't have any desire to be friends with girls that are hot. Or I mean, even that are not. Like, guys don't want to hang out with chicks to hang out with them. Zach,
yeah,
All right.
I mean, that's the reality. Like that. Like, oh, he's just a nice guy. No, he isn't.
No, he wants to get in your guts.
He's not just being nice to you. Like, no guy is just nice for the sake of fucking being nice. I don't care if he's fucking married. I don't care if he's twice your goddamn age. I don't care if he's half your age. The fact is, if a guy is paying attention and offering to do something or asking how your goddamn day was, there is 100,000% sure an ulterior motive is that he wants to get up in it.
Yeah.
I mean, plain and simple. Like that's just the case. It does drive me nuts, when women are like, no, he's just a nice guy and wants to be friends. Like, Jesus Christ, don't be that fucking gullible, because that's not the case. Zach.
Yep.
The dude I was flirting with my wife when we met, that's what he was going with. Yeah. He just wants to be friends. No, he don't. That motherfucker right there is married, just wants to get in your guts and never talk to you again. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you, girl. I want to hold you like a bowling ball.
Yeah, and throw you around like.
And that's another way to do it. Yeah. If you got some dude and you want to cock block and you're like, I don't know this motherfucker. That dude don't want to be your friend. That dude wants to fucking, he wants to fist fuck you.
I know what's really going on here. Let me tell you.
What's really going on, Zach?
That Matt knows what's up. That guy's a creep. Yeah. Matt's a good guy, though. I mean, he's looking out for you.
But Zach, would you agree? Like the whole, like if your wife was like, oh, there's this coworker that, he wants to go out to dinner or grab a drink or coffee or whatever. No, like he's just really nice and he just wants to be friends. You'd be like, bitch, please.
So I look, there are some beta cucks out there, all right? We all know that. And there are guys out there who I believe may not even be consciously aware of this shit. They may be so meek that they're like, I don't know, I have a lot of people in my life. I really think she's a cool person. I want to hang out with her. But I think fundamentally there is a biological imperative. Somewhere in your brain, in every dude, there's this little part of you that's like, you want to fucking get down on this chick. And that's just the way it is.
So you would agree.
Yeah, yes, I agree 100%.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, he went about saying I agree.
Well, I don't think it's always nefarious. I don't think everybody's mad. Just like, how can I fucking?
I would say 98% of the time it's nefarious.
I'd say almost any guy that I know, it would be.
Oh yes.
Like I don't know any of these beta cucks that you're talking about. That would legitimately just want to hang out with some fucking hot chick. Because they're hot. Or not because
deep
hot.
Down, the deep secret is they want to fucking bang. That's what it's always about. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me pretend like I don't care and build trust and gain your confidence until you end up fucking 3 beers past where you should have been, and next thing you know, we're doing something that you regret.
Yep.
Zach.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
No, bitch ask, why you drinking a lot of them old duels tonight? Yeah, girl, I'm getting fucked up.
Fucking hammered on this shit.
I'm getting fucked. You need another margarita though?
That .007 fucking alcohol content's really.
Yeah. And that is another trick for you guys out there who don't know how to get in them guts.
Oh God.
You drink O'Doul's while she drinks margaritas.
Oh, the playbook.
Yeah. I mean, you start acting fucked up, you know what I mean? And
just get her a little hammered first.
Yeah.
If you're going to do that, I'd say maybe a better option would be I'd do like a clear glass with nothing but mineral water and a lime in it.
Yeah.
So it looks like a gin and tonic or something. But
yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah. I mean, that's off the cuff.
I'm going to go try that tonight.
Yeah.
There you go.
All fucked up.
Yeah. I want to be friends with Zach's sister. I just want to meet her and shake her hand.
Fellas.
Yeah.
Zach, it's all right.
Yeah.
Is it?
At some point you got to let her go.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't be Big Brother forever.
Yeah, she already found one of you Navy dogs.
See?
Right.
I'm pretty sure me and Mike could pull off a Wedding Crashers type scenario on your sister.
Oh, yeah?
Look at Mike telling you motorboating, son of a bitch.
Right.
He's in there right now.
Zach's in there fucking losing his mind.
Jesus.
Yeah, we left way too many weapons out on counters and shit for that.
How are we at on time, Zach?
Doing good. We got about 10 minutes. Yeah.
Well, let's sit here.
Let's just sit here for 10 minutes silent.
I got a goofy question for you.
12.
I've got an even goofier answer. I
don't know if either of you will go for this. If you could own one movie prop from any film, what'd you get? A lot of good movies out there, man.
I'm gonna have to go with the DeLorean from
Back to the Future.
Mine
might also be Back to the Future.
Zach's already got the whole outfit and everything.
That's true.
You can't steal his glory.
I committed.
You want Marty's skateboard, don't you?
I don't have a hoverboard from Mattel. I got a copy of, I don't know if you remember on the day, USA Today a few years ago ran like the front page from 2015 from Back to the Future 2. Yeah, like you could go, any USA Today you picked, it was like October 23rd, 2015 or something, Back to the Future 2. They ran that front page like it was live with fucking Biff Tannen on it or whatever. Shit. Yeah, I got one. I framed it.
That's awesome.
I have that fucking
that is
thing.
Fucking cool.
It is the dumbest shit, but man, I really wish I got a signature on it. Mine might be from Back to the
So
Future.
what's the limitation? Is there a size limitation?
I mean, a DeLorean's a whole fucking car, right? I mean,
yeah, so he can get a DeLorean.
Yeah. I might go for like a proton pack from Ghostbusters. I always
That's
thought
cool.
those things were cool as shit, man.
I want the F-16 Tom Cruise was flying in Top Gun.
That's a F-14.
Was it the 14?
Yeah.
I want that.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fuck y'all. I'll blow all y'all shit up.
How about the Millennium Falcon?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
While we're talking planes.
Yeah.
Of course, that one's not real though.
Yeah, see, I could still,
Yeah, you could fly that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scale model. Han Solo's
because
gun or something.
he legit learned how to fly those.
Yeah.
So his works.
I can't wait to see the next Top
Dude.
Gun, man. That shit looks awesome.
Wasn't I sending you the fucking premiere or some
Yeah,
shit on that?
it's fucking badass.
Dude, I can't wait. And listening to some of the pilots talk about him
Yeah.
and some of the shit he does.
Yeah. All
That-
his own shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that motherfucker's crazy. Fucked up crazy.
Yeah. But he's a badass.
Yeah. I mean, to get to that level, you almost got to be
No,
fucked
you
up
absolutely
crazy.
have to be crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
To me, any actor at that level is borderline schizophrenic. To be able to get that far into another character and pull it off at that level, like I think, like I said, any actor at that level is at least half fucking crazy.
100%. 100%. So we got some stuff coming up, and I think I'm going to put some sneak previews on the Patreon page
Yeah.
of what we're working on now, this behind the scenes. And what's cool about it, it's behind the scenes for multiple shows.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Shit's good.
But here's the kicker. If they leak that shit on YouTube, I'm going to delete their comment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess you just have to be ambiguous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate being that, though, because then I ain't got time to be fucking with them. That shit will be on there for a week, and then I'll be like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
Just don't leak it, you assholes.
Yeah.
But it should be pretty good. We got a lot coming up, a lot going on.
Irons in the fire.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, we do.
So we're hiring for producers and editors right now. If y'all, no, but
That's the big news.
yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short. I know Mike's tired. He's done back to back. Him and Zach both have done back to back today.
Zach ain't doing shit.
Zach ain't doing shit. That motherfucker was yawning during your last one. I was watching him. He was yawning and shit.
Yeah, this bit where Matt comes and watches me produce mic drop is good because then I'm really
Keeps you
on.
honest.
We should film that.
Yeah.
Like me in there looking at Zach, talking about, what are you doing?
Yeah. That would actually be cool behind the scenes, like a video clip of him doing what he does with the back of his head blurred
You
out.
think that till we fucking you get a bill and you watch the video and like, I paid that motherfucker that much
How
for
much
that?
for that?
That motherfucker was napping.
Fellas, it's about influence. Look at the views you got.
He's
That's
got
what matters.
fucking keywords that wake him up.
You can't put a price on engagement. All right, those likes, those comments.
So guys, check us out. People are been having hell finding Patreon for some reason. I can find it. Zach's been able to find it, but Zach puts a link in the top of the description.
Yes.
It's right there. Click the link. It's easy to get to that way. Easiest way. We're going to do Patreon's Day. We got some really cool shit coming up. It's going to change a lot of things here in the next, I would say, month to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So check us out there. Instagram, I don't answer as much on Instagram. I'm fucking busy. YouTube, you guys comment, like if you're in the live chat. Usually me, Zach, Mike. Sometimes all three of us are in there. Y'all just don't know who Zach is. But we're all one of us is usually always in there, if not all three at some point. So we're always engaging with you guys. So make comments. Check us out on all the platforms for fucking podcasts. We're even on fucking Alexa now.
Fucking A.
My brother played our shit on Alexa the other day.
It's fucking.
Yeah. Said play the best podcast available, and we popped up.
Nice.
I lied about that, but it did come up. So check us out. And like Zach said last time, if y'all are enjoying the show, leave a thumbs up, fucking 5-star. You don't have to review it. You can just put rate. Yeah, boom. Click a period on that motherfucker. Put an exclamation point, a smiley face. Put a picture of your mom. But anyways, guys, see you later, bitches.